Hi guys, so here Anwari here, co-founder of Sublime Trading, here with your daily update for the UK and US indices for Monday the 13th of April. Okay guys, hope you're well, hope you had a lovely Easter weekend. If you're new to these daily recordings, then I recommend starting with the recording that's pinned to the top of our Facebook page so that you get a very good understanding of what I cover in these daily updates. Now, here in the UK, we had a bank holiday on Friday, and today is also a bank holiday for Easter. So we have a very long weekend, an extended weekend, effectively, for the Easter period. So the UK market is actually closed today. But let's just have a catch up with how it closed last week. We can see that the month of April so far is looking bullish. It's finding support at the low of February 2016 in the monthly time frame here at the top left hand corner. We've had a bounce to the upside. If we move across to the weekly time frame, we can see that price is below the 200 moving average and the 50 simple moving average. We've had this weakness at the start of the year, as we know from the coronavirus, but in recent weeks we've seen bullishness coming in. Now, what we need to understand is whether this is bullishness back towards the 200 simple moving average or a temporary bull revival before weakness back to the downside. So to get a better understanding of that, let's move down to the daily time frame. We can see that price is below the 200 and the 50 simple moving averages, but currently price is trading above the 20 simple moving average. If we get a move through the 6,000 round number, then we're likely to see price move towards the 50 simple moving average. If that's cleared, then we're likely to see price move towards the 200 simple moving average. If that's cleared, then price is likely to move back to the all-time high. So there are a number of resistance levels in the way, but we can see there is bullishness coming in. Price closed above this high of this peak here in March on Thursday last week. So this is an early sign that we could be potentially seeing strength. Of course, we need price to dictate this, so we'll be standing aside for now. If we get a break and a close below the low of March, then that's a sign of further weakness to the downside. Okay, let's move into the US indices, which the US market is open today. So starting with the monthly time frame for the Dow Jones, we can see that April is bullish and trading above the low of last year, which is positive. So this is potentially a sign of further strength back towards the high of 2019. Now, if we move to the weekly time frame, we can see that price again is in this pullback. So far in April, we've had bullishness, but currently it's trading around the 200 simple moving average. This could act as an area of resistance, and we could see a move back to the downside. A convincing close above this level will suggest further strength. If we come down to the daily time frame, we can see where price found support, which is, if we come back to the monthly time frame, we can see the support level is the low of December 2018. So that's this area here. We can see we've had a bounce off it. Price above the 20 simple moving average. We are seeing strength come in. The next area of resistance is the 50 simple moving average and then the 200 simple moving average. If these resistance levels are cleared, then we're likely to see strength to the upside back towards that all-time high. Similar structure on the S&P 500. We can see, however, here price found support at the low of last year. We've had a bounce to the upside. On the weekly, price is actually above the 200 moving average convincingly, whereas the Dow Jones was trading around the 200 simple moving average. The S&P is has actually closed above this. So this is an early sign of strength back towards the 50 simple moving average and the 3,000 round number. If that's cleared, then we're likely to see strength back to the all-time high. If we come down to the daily time frame, we can see that the 50 simple moving average and the 200 simple moving average are also around that 3,000 round number. So if we start seeing strength through these levels, then that's a strong sign of a bull revival and likely to see price back towards that all-time high. Now, if we're looking at the Nasdaq, starting with the monthly, we can see that price is also finding support on the Nasdaq, and it's not too far off the high of 2019. If this is cleared, then we're likely to see strength back towards the all-time high. On the weekly time frame, price is not only above the 200 simple moving average, but it also closed above the 50 simple moving average last week. This is a strong sign of a continuation back to the all-time high. And we can also see on the daily time frame that price is trading above the 200 simple moving average, only just, not very convincingly. If we get a break and a close above the 50 simple moving average, then that will be a very strong sign of bullish strength. or we could see this whole area act as resistance and a move back to the downside. Now, if the lows of March are cleared across all the indices, then that will be a sign of further weakness back to the downside. So the way price is sat at the moment, we are starting to see bullishness come in with these resistance levels being cleared, but it's not a clear sign of a bull revival as well. A little bit of patience needed until certain resistance levels are cleared, particularly moving averages and certain round numbers. Now, if we move across to the S&P 500 mini, which gives us an idea of pre-market action. Now, being Monday and being Easter, and with the UK market closed as well, we can expect low liquidity today, so don't expect much in the shape of price action today, but we expect that to pick up as the week progresses. Looking at the monthly, we can see prices finding support at the low of last year, which is this red line, and we've had bullishness in April. On the weekly, price is trading above the 200 moving average, although it's below the 50 moving average. We can see so far this week, being Monday, a little bit of bearishness coming in, and we can see that in more detail on the daily time frame. Price is still below the 200 and the 50 simple moving averages, above the 20 simple moving average. We've had bullishness come in, but so far today a bearish looking start to the day. Now, of course, it's the end of day candlestick that really gives us an idea of how price is likely to shape out for the rest of the week, but for now we're seeing a bearish start. Overall though, we're seeing a bit of bullishness coming. If the 50 and the 200 simple moving average are cleared, and the 50 simple moving average and the 3000 round number on the weekly time frame, then we could potentially start seeing strength back to the all-time high. So that's the analysis for today, guys. Interesting times. There is bullishness coming in, but not a clear bias just as yet. Price could easily find resistance and move back towards those lows of March, and then potentially the next leg down. So we really need price to dictate a clear direction before we start making any decisions. For now, the smart choice really is to stand aside and wait for opportunities, and of course focus on focus on currencies and commodities, because when money leaves the stock market, it often goes to one of those two other markets. So that's me for today. Please like, comment and share this video, and I will see you on tomorrow's daily update.